Pile of rocks. It's 110% autumn weather today. It's cold. It's about 2, 3, 4 degrees centigrade. It's some rain in the air. Slight wind. And yeah, you can see all the leaves have changed their colors. The trees have gotten beautiful dresses on. Anyways, in Norway there's a saying that's something like this: there's no bad weather, only bad clothes. And that's quite accurate. All weather is nice, you just have to dress up for it. I'm wearing wool on the inside, and I have 3 layers on my upper body and only 2 on my feet because, well, I rarely freeze on my legs. Anyways, I'm going up to a top I've been before. It's a short hike, and I hope that I do not stumble upon some rain on my way up. The ravens are screaming a lot this morning. I don't know if you can hear them, but there's ravens screaming on the other side of the river here, up in the forest over there. Yeah, come with me to Skibufjell. Hiking places you've been before sheds new light over the route you're walking or biking, driving, whatever. Even if you've been there several times before, you tend to notice things you haven't seen before. And especially now, when there's autumn, there are less green leaves and things have changed the colors. I see things I haven't seen before. This it's like a new hike with the same route. Kind of strange, but it makes sense in a way. Going new places is a totally new experience. Going places you've been before can also be totally new experiences, because if you open your eyes and do not always focus straight down on a pathway but look around, you'll notice things you didn't notice before. And one of the reasons for that is because nature changes and nothing is the same way 2 times when you look at them, if you really look at them. Number 2, you change, I change, and the way you look upon things change. if I don't remember wrong, if I remember right, I think that's the right saying, if I remember right, there is my goal, on that top. And at now it seems rather wild, but I will walk straight down here, go round and up, and then up, approximately like that anyways. And it's a gravel road like this for quite a while before I again hit the forest. This hike is a short one, as I mentioned. It's a short, quite easy one, except it's quite steep. But it's also a part of a really long one that goes from basically close to the center of Kragerø and all the way up to the border of Kragerø on the opposite end, where you hike through woods, on asphalt for a while, on gravel roads like this, back in the woods, and so on and so forth, until you come to this cabin owned by the tourist association. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but it's a long hike, and I need a lot of time to do that hike. It's not done in the turn of a hand, as we say in Norway. I need time and resources, of course. I need to bring enough food and all that fancy stuff. But I want to do it once, twice. I have it planned. Maybe in the spring. Maybe in the spring. You might ask, what's the reason for this gravel road up here in the woods? Well, that is quite simple. Because in there's a lake, and that lake is serving water to a huge part of Kragerø centrum. So in the mountain there's a door, and there is pumps and all that delicious stuff, filters and things, and down the road there's a new house with pumps and stuff, and they drilled through the mountain to be able to serve with better pipes to people. So yeah, no water towers needed, at least not here. We have lakes that have been used for water supply for ages. signs. You see the red one there? That's called Turisthytta i Sannidal. It's 13.6 kilometers from here. And I know it's way further. It starts way further down. So I think it's about 20 to 25 kilometers. Actually, I'm going to check now, so I do not lie. Let's see. It starts not there, but it's hidden underneath there. 19.5 kilometers long, and that takes a while. Back in woods, and the atmosphere is so different. I love it. Skibufjell. As I mentioned before, fjell is mountain. Skibu, skiing hut, skiing something. Ski, S-K-I, is ski. Quite simple. Skibufjell. You would be a total maniac if you took your skis up here, but back in the day people were total maniacs. I've mentioned before the vast history of Kragerø, and on the second largest island here in Kragerø, they started mining back in the 1600s, and I know there is tons and tons, pun intended, of mines around here in Kragerø, hunting for, looking for anything really. And I think this would be the start of a mine, maybe. Quite interesting. There is flooded mining shaft down in the valley down here somewhere. I think I've spotted it before, but I'm not intended to go down there at this point. Now I'm heading into the enchanted forest. Look at this. You can definitely hear strong winds playing with the trees. Imagine how windy and cold it would be without the trees. That would be horrible. Unbearable, actually. And especially in a flat land like Denmark, or on the plains in Minnesota, Canada, Lithuania. Places like that are quite flat. But here it's nice. In the woods, on the mountain, in the coastal town of Kragerø. The pearl among the coastal cities, coastal towns, coastal settlements. Edvard Munch, the famous painter behind Scream, Madonna, he said that, you know. He painted the sunrise in Kragerø on many occasions. And he said that Kragerø, the pearl among the coastal towns in Norway. Would you like to see a colorful blanket of autumn? See here. Isn't that beautiful? This, my friends, is Skibufjell. Although I have to move away from the wind so that you can hear me clearly. This is not the very top. The very top is up there. I'm going up there later. But now I will stay here for a bit. I will have my coffee and just relax a little bit. Look at the view and just enjoy everything. And as you can see, I'm quite close to anything. You can't even see the river. You can see the beginning or the end of the river here. But actually it goes all the way here. And it don't stop until it's far, far inland. furthest Kragerø goes. Jomfruland, the Virgin Island as it's called in Norwegian, which is one of the newest islands in Kragerø. It came to be around 10,000 years ago during the last ice age. If you look at this, this seems quite wet, don't it? With moss on it and everything. I took one of them and I split it in half. And now it's burning. Yeah, I had to take the hood on because it's cold on my head. Anyways, not all wet wood are wet all the way through. And this is fat wood and it burns. It burns well and burns for a long time. So you don't have to bring a whole ton of fat wood to a campfire. Which is nice. I'm getting so mesmerized by the colors. It's so beautiful. I mean, hair and up is gray, but that's just fine because the dress, the blanket that's now over this vast country, it's amazing. It's like every grandmother in Norway that has ever lived have made this blanket that now lays over this country, and that's it's beautiful. I've taken off my gloves because it's so damn cold on my fingers, and I need to start wearing my winter clothes because this is cold. I'm freezing. But I promised you to go on the top to see the very top of this mountain. So that's where we are going now. It does not take a long time before you get the warmth in your finger again, or in feet. You just gotta start moving. If it stands still, there ain't much blood circulation. It's just what's necessary to keep you alive, and that's just how the body works. But when you start using your limbs, your fingers like this, for instance, or kicking with your legs, walking, your heart starts pumping a little bit more. When you do like this, you're using the muscles, and the muscles needs oxygen and blood to be able to function. And you do this, you get more blood and you get more warm. So moving about is key to staying warm. I need help, guys. I don't know what this pillar of stone is called in English. In Norway, this is called Varde. But I don't know what it means in English. Pile of rocks up on each other in kind of this pyramid shape ish, or it could be round and huge. It's yeah, how to say it? It's here to show that this is the peak, this is the top. So, yeah. I'm saying now that I'm cold, that everything is so cold, and it is, because I'm not used to it yet. But within a couple of weeks I'm more used to the cold, and then it won't feel as cold anymore. And especially when I'm hiking, I'm getting warm. But the minute I stop, I feel the cold coming, and that's when you get sick, when it gets cold. So I better start moving, heading back down and all that sad stuff. It's a beautiful little place, this mountaintop. It's a bit further than the one right behind my house, but it's still quite close. It took me literally that was a word that's impossible to pronounce at the moment. It took me 2 minutes with a car down to the bridge down there where I started. Then I went up here. Backpack on, and I'm heading back down. I can already feel the warmth coming back just by walking a little bit. It's cold on my head though. I need to wear a beanie next time. I told you at the beginning of this hike the Norwegian saying that there ain't no bad weather, only bad clothes. And I thought a bit about that, and I've been moaning a bit about how cold it is today, and that makes me rather uncomfortable that it's cold. And it's because I'm not dressed for the weather. If I were dressed for the weather, I would have a splendid time. Not that I didn't enjoy this. No, I of course I enjoy it. But if I was dressed for it, I would enjoy it even more. That's what it means. You're only uncomfortable in the weather because you're not dressed for it. It's quite slippery down here with the rocks and leaves and the rain that has been. My face is stiff because of the cold. It's almost impossible to speak and pronounce every word correctly. This is my Sunday. Rarely is it Saturday that I'm out hiking, so usually it's Sundays. Anyways, this is my time off on Sundays. The time where I can suck in all the endorphins that's floating in the free air. There's been studies that being out in fresh air, just out in the woods or out in nature in general, releases endorphins and are especially good for those who are struggling with depression and anxiety. I feel the word suffering is a bit wrong, because I myself, I do not suffer. I struggle with it. And it helps. Endorphins, we need those. That's our happy drug. Without being a drug, it's it makes us feel happy. Or happier. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed my hunt for endorphins. Maybe it helped you a bit too. That would be amazing. Anyways, if you liked it, the thumbs up button is waiting for you. And you want to see more like this, or better, or worse, please subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. And see you guys next time.
I've been running round in circles, chasing my tail and lost my way, seeking shelter in different corners, never finding a place to stay. Somehow ended up here on the ground, Brother, help me up, I've fallen down. I know that I'll hurt the ones that I hold dear, the ones I love. Thought that I would find the answers drinking till my feet felt numb, just like Father did when I was young. I don't know how I could be so dumb. I've been lost far too long. I can't see, I'm trapped in darkness. Life has turned its back on me, it seems. Brother, help me up, I've fallen down. Have